it was a wonderful, wonderful change. We love the website. It's working well.
If I recall, your goal, Paul was telling me your goal was to modernize like the online experience to get more streamlined bookings and optimize that process, and also have like a stronger brand perception.
It was interesting because to get his perspective on the former website, the one we had for that year, and by then I kind of picked up on it too. It was I always said it was a very pretty website. I mean, it there was a lot of great things about it, but it wasn't giving people the information easily that they were looking for. I soon realized when they were asking me all kinds of questions that should have been answered in a quick look at our website. The information was there, but it was kind of hidden in a lot of words. And, so then it became evident we needed to have that streamlined for sure so that people could find it. They don't dig deep for information. They want it quick. So do I when I look up things, right?
Yeah.
And for people to be able to manage their own reservations from beginning to end, the reserving, but changing them or canceling them, that's just so helpful. It's going to cut down on a lot of work we do in the office for ourselves, right? So that's going to be really helpful.
So you mentioned there was another person that you were working with on kind of your team that was getting into this stuff. Were you considering other options or other providers too before choosing to work with us?
We just went with this other couple we switched and went with them for 1 year, but it was pretty evident, right? It wasn't many months in, and I thought, I'm not sure how this is going to fly, because the promise was we'll get an online reservation program going where people can, enter their credit card and do their own reservations online and everything. But that involved, now we're using Stripe, which I don't know that they were connected to that. Another thing that changed in the last year is that we had about 20 pretty small sites that you had to be really careful what you put into it. So that's one of the reasons I was concerned about these online programs, where somebody could want to put a 40-foot unit into a spot that will never work, right? Because of the length of the spot. So last June, actually, we extended about 18 sites, and now they're all long enough to accommodate almost anything that comes in. And that also made it possible to go with the online reservation program because we didn't have to monitor it quite so closely.
Did you have any concerns when we first started?
No, none at all. I totally trusted your team. I didn't know who the team was, but I totally trusted Mike and whatever had happened in the past. And, to update it a little bit was probably time anyway, because we've been working with Mike, I don't know, I want to say 10 years ago we started with him or something. It was quite a while. And it was great. And then working with Paul through even information, like even having pictures that tell the story a little better. I don't think we've done that in the past as much as, just some of the spaces we've showed in our gallery and stuff like that. The questions people were asking us, I thought maybe some of the pictures would answer those questions too, as far as what does the site look like, or, is it going to be big enough, or what, all these different things, right? And Paul had some great ideas, and it's been really good to work with him.
So now that the project's complete, like, how does the final website meet your original goals or expectations?
Very well. I'm very, very pleased. It's working excellent. Yeah.
Have you received any kind of like feedback or anything from team or clients?
Not really. I'm trying to think. I don't think we've had enough traffic yet. That'll probably come more as we get past Christmas and people start reserving for spring and summer. I think that's when they'll notice the difference.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Europeans come here. RV rentals, and they're using it already. But they wouldn't know because they're a one-time guest, and so I think it's when the returning guests will start using it that we'll get some feedback. I wondered how people would feel about a service fee because that's what they have to pay now, but there's no problem. People are just like, as far as returning guests, I wondered if they would notice the difference or something like that, but nobody said anything. I think they're just happy to be able to take care of it themselves and not call in, not depend on a phone call to make a reservation.
What part of the process or website were you most happy with?
Maybe just the way the pictures are giving a true, like sort of a, people say, is it really like the picture is? Yeah, it is. You know what I mean? The pictures tell the story, and so that's great. I think right now, anybody that's reserved online hasn't had to call and ask questions, so that's a good indicator. It's doing its job that way, but it hasn't been that many. When the crunch comes, it'll be good to see how it works then. I have confidence that it'll do what it's supposed to do.
What it was like working together, like how would you describe the communication and collaboration throughout the process?
I was the problem. Everybody else did their job real well. I was primarily the only one in the office here. I was so busy. It was hard for me to ever do my part or have a meeting or whatever. And Paul was so patient, and the people in Park were so patient with me too. Everybody was very understanding of my situation. So I really appreciated that.
Was there anything you think we could have done, like anything about how we worked that stood out? Either positively or something that we could do to improve?
Very positive. Like I say, I really enjoyed knowing that part of it was maybe knowing who I should be in touch with. In the past, like I say, I always just sent my concerns or questions or changes to Mike, and I don't know how he must have redirected it to somebody or whatever. I didn't know who was doing what, but to know that Paul was my contact was very good. I didn't need much. I mean, I just was trying to do what he needed me to do. But I think that was good. I think I appreciated knowing who my go-to person was. So that was good. And no, but all of it, the whole experience was great.
Like if someone was on the fence about working with us, what would you tell them?
Oh, I would highly recommend you. I would tell them. Good customer service. Wonderful people to work with.
On a scale of 1 to 10?
Is 10 okay, or should it be 9.9?
Because there's always improvement. Yeah, well, I really appreciate that. I think that's about it. Unless there's anything else you'd like to share about your experience before you.
It's been good overall, and the follow-up is nice too.